Do you feel sometimes overwhelmed and confused by everything that is going on around you or your own thoughts? Let's talk about that. Hi, I'm Frank and I'm here to help you to live a fulfilled life. So today I want to address the question of how to cultivate clarity in your life and stop being overwhelmed. Because you see, at work probably you feel that you are not productive enough, you are not getting things done as you wish, or in your private life, for instance, you would like to manage your finances a bit better, or taking care of your health, or even in your relationships. In many aspects of your life, having more clarity will help you to achieve more and to be more fulfilled. So why in the first place do you lack clarity? So the main thing is that you have some kind of confusion. You see, every day we have thousands of thoughts in our mind, and if we start to follow these thoughts, we are quite likely to get lost and to lose focus. So that's the first thing. Also, we have a lot of distractions in our environment, or even ourselves with our social media, for instance, or emails. That's a lot of distraction we have through all the day, and we have to deal with that. So clarity will help you to do that. Also, another aspect is the organization. If you're disorganized, let's say around you, you have an environment which is cluttered on your desk, you have a lot of things, it will bring you some kind of distraction, and it will probably lead to some lack of clarity also. So how to gain this clarity and to cultivate that? So the first thing is to find your why. I've made a video, I will put a link here, about that, so I won't be long on this aspect. But if you have a specific purpose, if you have already found your purpose in life, you are more likely to keep and gain clarity when you do anything in life, and it will also bring clarity in many aspects as well. The second thing is to take time to set goals, specific goals, and to write them down. Please, it's very important to write them down so you can read them, you can keep track of them. So what I do, I've got a small notebook where I keep track and I set my goals. Every week I set my weekly goals, and every day of every week I set my daily goals. So like that, I've got all my goals written down. I know what I want to work on for every day. So I do that for months after months, and it's quite efficient. Another thing, if you have a particular issue or problem you want to solve, is to ask some help from others, to start to discuss about your problem. Probably it already happened to you. You have a question and you start to ask your question, and while talking you get the answer because you formulate your question, and it helps you to gain clarity about that. But of course, listen to a feedback that others can give you. It can also help you to gain even more clarity. But even just the fact of talking helps you a lot. Another thing, in a situation where you have lots of options, of choices, the best thing to do is to take action. For example, today I had a lot of different subjects I wanted to share with you, and I didn't know which one to pick. So what I did is I started to write a script for this video, and I recorded this video. So as soon as I started to write down something on one of the topic I wanted to address, I started to get focused on that, and I stopped being confused and feeling a bit overwhelmed by all these different options. So that's quite powerful. And the last thing is to clear your environment. Look around you, what you can get rid of, if you can tidy up a bit more. Have a very clean environment, even on your computer. If you work on a computer, try just to have the application you need, the documents that you need at this precise time. Get rid of everything else. I will probably do a video about that a bit later on, because it's quite powerful and I've got a bit of experience on that myself. So that was the different tips to help you to get clarity and to cultivate that in your life. But I want to help you a bit further, because what happens if you set your goals, you set your priorities, you start your day, you know exactly what to work on, and everything is clear. But through the day, you have distractions, you have your mind working, and you start to get confused because you think about another project, you have someone coming talking to you, and then you start to think about any other things. And you lose focus and you lose your clarity. So how to gain back your clarity? So the first thing is to remind your purpose, remind your why. So it will usually bring back a bit of clarity in your mind. The second thing, which is very practical and I think very efficient, is to take your list of goals, of priority for the day, and just read them. In 1 second, you will be back and focused on what you want to achieve, because you took the time to write them on a paper or on a notebook. Another way, which is I do myself and I think is very helpful, is to take a break. It can be a short break. It doesn't need to be 2 hours. But when I feel that confusion and I see that I'm not focused anymore, what I do is I just stop. I say, okay, it's not worth trying to push because I'm confused. So my mind doesn't know anymore on which thing it should focus. So let's just stop that and do something else for a few minutes or a few seconds. So you can, if you're working on a computer, you can just stand up and start to work a little, look through the window, or on your chair, you can close your eyes and breathe a few times. If you want, you can do a short meditation. It's very good also to gain focus. And another thing, maybe a bit more convenient if you are at home, is to clean. Just go and clean something, do your dishes, I don't know. Engaging into a physical activity, and especially cleaning, because it goes with the idea of gaining clarity, is very powerful. So try that, you will see. And the last thing I want to share with you about that is something I discovered by myself, but I think probably I'm not the only one, so I'm quite sure it will work for you as well. It sounds a bit stupid and obvious, but what I do when I'm working on something and I start to get confused is that I write down what I'm doing. A bit like if I was telling to someone what I'm actually doing, but I write it down. Why does it work? It's because it's slow to write down compared to thinking. Thinking is very fast. But as soon as you start to write down things, you slow down your mind and you focus on what you are writing. And since you are writing about what you are doing, you focus back on what you are doing. So I would like to know if this little tip works for you. So please share that in the comments and I will be happy to discuss with you about that. So that's it for today, for this video. That's what I wanted to share you, to help you to gain more clarity in your life and start to achieve more and be more fulfilled. I will leave you with that and I see you in the next video.